Ladies and gentlemen, we are from Goca, the future will be better. The man is progressing toward bridge to the happier world. But actually, how can we say that? Because we don't have any support of some things. The truth is, people want to believe something, but actually nobody is going to giving us to the believer. People are just talking and they're not saying another something actually. Let's not start with the social dimension. The modern society promises is connection, freedom, equality, yet in reality. Now the relationships, the friendships, when they go to somewhere, the jobs, school, colleges, everywhere, actually people want to be prove themselves to everything. Her job, her kids, but people doing this with the social media. People share up everything. But actually this is a bit wrong, I think, because people need to be a bit of privacy. Need to be social world actually. It's not a bit true. And with technology, people are almost into looking like robots. People can't thinking anymore. People are just doing. Somebody's saying, and okay, people are just thinking. And people forgetting the face-to-face talk. Can just the chatting, the messaging, can they just doing this? They're so stressful. People can talk it. And we are slowly destroying our environment. The forests are disappearing. Oceans are polluted. Air quality is worsening in many cities. And we are doing this. We're doing this to own our planet. Not anyone, not other one. And we throw trash in the forest. Animals are dying. Because of us. We are doing this. Not other one. Just we are doing this to own planet. Is this the better future? This is the better one? I don't think so. If is this the better, I don't want to think of the bad one. And also, we're raising the generations. Who is more connected digitally, but when we're not raising, we're more disconnected emotionally. Because we're not thinking actually. We don't think it emotionally. And by the way, technology on the modern life, just trying the family issues and moral values, and the Ramadan fast, the sacrifice fast. We're not going to visit with our grandparents. We're not show respectfully the elderly people compared to the past. We're doing this. Also, we don't spend enough time with our families. Is this the good one? People are not good for that. Families are interesting now and actually. Sorry, but I'm not exaggerating. This is the realities. Technology completely destroyed our family issues and the psychological dimensions. Psychologically, people are really tired. People are exhausted. Health problems such as anxiety, depression, burnout, loneliness. People can't be filled and relaxed. Why the modern life is so hard? People are, everything is thinking. People can be relaxed. If the future will be better, why we're so stressful? Why we can't still be the relaxed? Is this the good one? And so, here is the contradiction. We know the problem. We understand the science. But we don't factor effectively. So let's be honest. A society where it's socially divided. The planet is not immensely damaged. And usual, we're more psychologically exhausted. There is not a vision of the better future. It is the warning. The progress is not just about moving forward. It is about moving in the right direction. And first of all, we cannot speak of the better future. The future is not going to be well. And thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. Thanks to both teams, yes. That's the first round has come to an end. Now we are giving teams 5 minutes to prepare their final evaluations and closing speech.
The first model in the world is known as Cain and Abel. As we know, Habil and Kabil. Abel exists in the past and will continue to exist. Yes, we keep saying that murders have increased, but increased is not evil. It is with stability. thanks to the technology. People tend to remember the past as more beautiful, but this is a nostalgic illusion. When we look at the facts, the picture is different. Evil is something inherent in human nature. If the Creator hadn't given us free will, agreement, and take away our bad habits, wouldn't be any different from paradise. We are not talking about a utopia. We are talking about a world. And this world, we are learning to live with both, good and evil. We can erase all the bad things, but we can refuse it. El Salvador fought terrorism during 1979-1992 war. After the war, with the convocation of gangs, lynchers were taken in 2023, and there was a significant disease in murders. This shows that even if we cannot completely eradicate it, but we can refuse its impact. The world is like a pregnant woman. The woman experiences pain, suffering, labor pains, but in the end, the baby is born, and all her pain ends. The world is like that too. We are currently experiencing pain, facing difficulties, but we know that everything has an end, and so will this. We are currently seeing that number of murder increased in Turkey, but why are we still living in this country? Because we are shaping the future with our hopes together. Moreover, people are more educated, more conscious, and stronger. The cameras catching crimes, DNA technology solving cases, people know their rights. The social media creating pressure for justice. We are not we were 50 years ago. We have progressed much more. As Aristotle said, human beings are developments and creatures, they don't stay where they are. People progress. And we also argue that the future will be better because if we didn't regret the past, how could we progress? How could we develop? In the past, women were silent, honor killings were hidden, and murders were covered up. In the past, wasn't more initiative, it's just silent. Throughout history, people have experienced the same fare in every innovation. When writing was invented, they say culture will end. When television came out, they say families will fall apart. When internet arrived, they say the societies will collapse. The idea that the future will be bad has always existed. Even Socrates in the 5th century was saying that young was going bad. But we are still here, life goes on. That kind of statements have always existed, but humanity has always continued on its path. The climate crisis is real, but for the first time, the world is aware for it and looking for solutions. Recognizing the problem is the first step to solving it, and we have already taken that step. And finally, I would like to say that the future will bring better days, because there are still breathtaking sunsets we haven't watched yet, so many movies we haven't seen, so many songs we haven't listened to, and we haven't even met the best versions of ourselves yet. And beyond all that, there are the simple routines that keep us grounded, give us comfort, and connect us to life. That's all. Thank you for the listening.
Thank you. For closing speech, the leader of the team, Işığı, it's your turn.
Dear teachers and my friends, while listening to the rival team, we took some notes. In general, they argued that technological innovation and scientific developments will make the future brighter. First of all, please do not misunderstand us. We are not denying the importance of these things. In fact, we believe these are extremely important developments today. What we are arguing is these developments will not make the future brighter. First, technological innovation and scientific advancements are praised as guarantees of a better future. However, I strongly believe these developments are far from innocent and we are completely ignoring their negative impacts. Let's take a closer look at the potential negative effects that technology may bring. One of the negative consequences of technological advancement is renewable energy. To be honest, I was expecting you guys to talk about renewable energy, but I was wrong. Anyway, Renewable energy is seen as the perfect benefit for a better future. But this is not true. First, it is unreliable because solar and wind energy depends on weather conditions and storing this energy is quite expensive. Therefore, renewable energy itself cannot bring a better future. And another negative effect that technological advancement is the rapid development of nuclear weapons in some countries. You guys never mentioned about this one too. Anyway, as a new generation, we are growing up in a world with increasing global tension, which raises serious concern about humanity's future. As I said before, technology does not promise a better future. In fact, it can negatively affect certain areas such as education. And also, you guys never mentioned about this too, but this was your topic. Anyway, instead of improving it, technology can sometimes reduce the effectiveness of education. As you know, today's students are more distracted and less motivated. More importantly, education is seen as memorizing and taking higher notes without considering skills and analytical abilities. By the way, I realize that you guys constantly mentioning about technological innovations and scientific developments. But why no one mentioned about the job insecurity and unemployment caused by technology? As you know, almost jobs are at risk. With all due respect, the picture you presented is quite utopian and unrealistic. I mean, we cannot talk about a better future in a society where unemployment still exists. Let's take a closer look at the scientific developments. I just understand you guys said diseases can be treated in recent times. Yes, that is true. But why no one mentioned about the new ones continue to emerge, especially new viruses? Globalization and climate changes make it easier for new diseases to spread quickly. And many poor countries cannot get the medical care, while children in poor countries are still dying because they cannot get the basic health care. It is hard to believe that the future will be bright. And I would like to finish my speech with a quote from George Orwell's book, Animal Farm. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. It means that we cannot talk about a better future without equality for everyone. I still have time, so I want to quickly thank my teammates, if you guys don't mind. I would like to thank my teammates and our Daha teacher who supported us mentally and academically during this time and supported us and worked with us day and night. Thank you so much, love you, and thank you all for listening to me.
Thanks both teams again. Yes, now our fourth session has now completed. Then fifth session will be held in this hall at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. The final scores of all teams will be announced during our ceremony on Thursday, May 14th. Thank you.